Hello friends, we're super close today. If you watched my random color challenge video, then you might know why we're this close. Also, yes, I got my hair done. She blonde. And at this angle, because you can't see the top of my head, you can barely even tell that I have my roots, I just look blonde. But what we're doing today is playing with this bad boy. This is the e.l.f. x Jkissa eyeshadow palette, To the Rescue eyeshadow palette that she came out with in May. And this is the e.l.f. x Jkissa Suki to My Heart eyeshadow topper duo. And I also have the e.l.f. x Jkissa Forever brushes. So we're gonna use all these things today because I've been waiting to do this video, but I had 100 other things to film first. But now that we're here, I decided to go online to find some inspiration, didn't know what I wanted to do. Then I stumbled upon Katie Jane Hughes' eyeshadow look. Before I even get any further into that, Katie Jane Hughes is amazing to follow on Instagram if you just want some wonderful eyeshadow inspiration. She's a professional makeup artist. She does a lot of makeup on Ashley Graham, the model. She does that all the time for her. She does a lot of editorial stuff as well, and she also does just wicked cool eyeshadow looks on herself. So this is the eyeshadow look. So she has like a little orange in the upper crease, a little purple on the lower, a little yellow in the inner corner, and then this cool shadow wing, which I'm gonna try to do with the green in the palette. And then I think I'm just gonna try to mess around with the eyeshadow topper just to get a little shine going somewhere and see what happens. It's not like a super blended or even a like everyday look, but it'll still get us to use what, 4 different colors in this palette, which given the rainbow aspect is quite a few. And I guarantee I'll do more looks with this palette just because it's so fun. And I've been super into rainbow stuff and bright colored eyeshadows since I'm home all the time now. So I just opened the box and this is what the palette looks like. So when you open it up, you get your little sleeve that covers the eyeshadows, but it has stickers on it. So you can customize your palette cover with your stickers. I also got, which are super cute, I also got these cutie pie stickers, and I got a beautiful little signed card. It was so cute. But you can take these stickers and you can customize your palette however you want. It has letters, you can write names, you can just make a collage. It's so cute. And I'll probably do that at some point, but we just opened it, so. And now we have this really big mirror you can see outside, and the light. Say hi to yourself. And then down here we have all of the eyeshadows. And that, my friends, it's gonna be so fun. So also the brushes, I gotta take the plastic cover off. Here we are. We have all of these brushes in here. And I'm going to try to only use these brushes and these brushes alone. So this will be fun. And then the eyeshadow topper. Just trying to unpackage everything, so I'm gonna do this later. Okay. I haven't opened any of this yet because I wanted to do it on camera. So we have this gorgeous thing. Oh, this color is so cool. I'll have to do another look with this at another time. I think I'm gonna use this one today to kind of go in the inner corner with the yellow maybe, or even like pop it on this part of my lid. But let's try. So I'm gonna start with some eyeshadow primer. And since this palette does not have a bone colored or a skin toned, my skin toned eyeshadow in it, I'm going to probably set it with just my loose powder, which is right next to me. So I already did my base, obviously. I have not put on blush. I feel like you can't really put blush or lips on until you have your full eye look done, so you know what you're going for. So I'm gonna take my loose powder. This is my sponge that I used earlier on my face, and I'm just gonna, so much powder. I find setting with powder is very helpful and necessary in order to make sure that the eyeshadows don't stick to the very tacky primer. So not only does this primer make the eyeshadow stay on much longer, but it also makes it so that way they stick to it. So when you add the powder, it allows it to glide. That can be any loose powder, face powder, bone colored eyeshadow. It doesn't really matter. But now let's get into the nitty gritty. So I'm gonna look at my reference photo. I think I'm gonna start with the orange up in the crease. But we're gonna start with this super fluffy brush. This is the J3. God, these brushes are gorgeous. Let's talk about this like rainbow action that happens. It's so pretty. All right, so we're gonna dip into, I think I'm gonna do a little combo of Millie, just right here, and Paloma. So these two shades to get that like somewhat orangey crease that she has going on. So we're just gonna dip into Millie. Ooh, picked up a lot and there's not a lot of kickback. That's really exciting. And then into Paloma. Paloma's a bit more kickback, in case you're wondering. Tap off, dip a little bit back into Millie to make it more orange again. And then we're just gonna kind of plop it right here. Not bad. I'm gonna just dip into Millie now so I have more of the orange. So I'm tapping to deposit the color where I want it. Just right there, that little crease area. And I'm just gonna keep tapping until I get the pigment that I want. Blend it a little bit. Quick circular motion so it doesn't blend too far out of the location I'm putting it in because I don't really want it to go nuts. I'm gonna dip into Paloma a little bit again. Just kind of tone down. It looks very orange on camera. I promise in real life it doesn't look that bright. But we're just gonna tone it down a little bit. Blend her out. Oh my God, this brush is so soft. It's amazing. Okay, now I'm just taking a random clean brush, which I'm probably gonna use for something else later, and just kind of diffusing so I'm not depositing more color. This is the J2. So as you can tell, I kind of just like randomly put it in the middle of my lid. I didn't bring it all the way down on purpose. That was intentional, believe me. I'm gonna quickly do that on the other eye. Just trying to get them to match, which is a lot harder than you may think. Great, so we have our orange placement. Now we're gonna try to do the wing. I'm not much of a shadow wing girl. I'm not good at it. It's something I don't practice all the time. But today, since we have our base on, I just took some clear invisible tape. I put it on my skin. I took it off once, take it off again. Trying to get some of the tackiness off so it's not gonna like pull on my eyes. And I'm going to take it, and get that one out of the way. And I'm going to put it along my eye, like so. These pieces of tape are two very different lengths, but just to get it to be equal. That looks good enough. Okay, now I have our tape on, and I know it looks crazy, but it's gonna work. So this is the J5. It is a angled brush. We're going to dip into Tank, which is the dark green shade right here. We're gonna try to create our wing. So I'm trying to get a lot because it's gonna be, I want it to be dark and saturated. So I start at the corner of my eye, and also this is catching follow, which is great. I did not tap off excess, which is my own fault, but. So I'm gonna start at the corner of my eye and bring the wing as far as I want it up. I think there is great. Also the pigment on the shade is outrageous. And I'm gonna take it in. Like so. And I'm only going to have it come in like to the edge of my iris. That's it. That's the whole look here. And then because I want it to go straight, I'm gonna try to evergreen placed. Now I'm going to take this little brush. This is the J1. It's like a flat, more fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blow out the edges. Because in her picture that I'm trying to copy, Katie Jane Hughes does not have a defined wing. The edges are very blown out and blended. Let me correct that. The top edge is very blown out and blended, where the bottom edge is straight, which is what the tape is doing, is forcing the shadow into a straight line without needing a makeup wipe. Meanwhile, I am blending all of this out so that it doesn't look so harsh. I'm gonna really blend that out. Don't want any harsh lines. Okay, and I'm actually gonna take this J2 again and just kind of even more diffuse that. And then I'm just gonna re-intensify with the liner brush right by the tape in case we blended any of that away. Now just to do the other side. There. Okay, so we have both wings done. Now we're gonna do the major reveal of taking the tape off. I'm gonna tap out. So once the tape comes off, you kind of have a line like right at the end of the shadow. So I'm just tapping that out so it kind of goes away. It's just from having something stuck to it. And then this side, I do still have a little bit of fallout on my face. I missed the tape, but that is okay. Just look like another freckle since I have so many. Great, so those are blown out wings. That worked wonderfully, and I love that tank shade. That green, this green right here, tank, is unbelievable. So pigmented, so beautiful. It blends out to such like a gorgeous color. I'm so excited about that. Also, I've used these 4 brushes so far, and I only haven't used these 2. Amazing. It's fine. It's so good. So I don't even care. That was perfect. So our reference photo. Let's look back. So up next, I will have to probably drag some of that green under, which maybe we can do right now. I'm gonna take this brush again. I'm gonna dip it into tank. And I'm just going to just put it under my lash line just a little bit. Sorry, I'm definitely not in frame. Doing my best here. And then same over here. And it's dark enough where like, it's not like in your face green, you know? At least personally, I don't think it is, so it's a win-win. Great, so now on the photo, it looks like the next thing we gotta do is the purple under. And I'm gonna go in with Sadie, which I believe is a little brighter than what she has in this photo, but Sadie also has a hair of glitter in it, which is probably to help it blend. Purples are very hard to formulate, so I guarantee that that was formulated that way to help it blend. Just an FYI, if you're ever wondering, purples are one of the hardest colors to make. Rumor has it. Obviously, I've never tried to make eyeshadow, but I'm gonna take J2, dip it into Sadie. I'm gonna point it out to you. Sadie's right here. Okay, so I dipped it in. I'm just gonna tap it on my hand a little bit just so I don't have a ton, because I just really need to place it to start. And I'm just gonna place it right under, when I look straight, right under my iris. And once again, I'm just tapping, because if I don't tap and I just blend, I'm just gonna blend it much farther than I want it to. I'm depositing the color by tapping, and I will blend it out once I'm satisfied with the amount of color. Also, this purple does have a decent amount of kickback, in case you're wondering. So I just wiped off the brush on a paper towel, on your hand, whatever, and now I'm just gonna very gently blend it down. That's really the only place I want it to go. I don't wanna go side to side, I wanna blend it down. So that it kinda goes down into, I don't know, as low as like my first eye crease. Just added more purple. Now I'm gonna blend it down. Sorry. Okay, one more time, I'm just intensifying the purple as close to my lash line as possible. So that way it's a color that you can still see. And it's not just completely blown out. So that's the purple. And now we're gonna do the other side. So both purples are on, and we're on to our last color before we dip into this cool topper. So now we're gonna go into Yosemite, which is the bright yellow right there. and we are going to put it right in the lower half of our inner corner. So that's her placement. I say I'm recreating this look, but obviously it's not gonna look identical to Katie Jane Hughes. I'm just using it as inspiration and placement for colors, really. So, in her photo, her yellow is only, sorry, the light is really affecting this, lower on her lash line, not really above. It's not like centered, but it's down here. So I'm gonna try my best to do that with this brush. This is the J4. It's like a big, compact, fluffy brush. And I'm going to tap it right here. The other thing is that Katie's colors are definitely more pastel in her photo, whereas the colors in this palette are definitely brighter, which no one is mad at. And this color is not blended out at all. So I'm just placing it and leaving it. Just a big yellow dot. Looks so cute and fun, except this one went down way further than this one. Also, this yellow has a decent amount of kick up once again. That is gonna make the colors more blendable also. All right, so now we're gonna take the What a Pity Smile, which is this like iridescent, beautiful shade here. And I'm going to put it on my finger, I think. I'm not sure the best way to work with this because I have not ever used these by e.l.f., but I'm going to put it on my finger, my ring finger, because it's the softest finger on, or the least amount of pressure on your hand. Just kind of tapping my finger onto the brush. And then I'm just gonna tap it into my inner corner here. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm just taking what's on my finger, I'm actually gonna get a little bit more, and I'm just tapping it in this space between the yellow and the orange and almost connecting them with the iridescent shade. I'm not going on my lid, I'm staying in my crease, but I'm just tapping them. I'm gonna take this brush, the J1 that I blended the green with, I just wiped it off really well. I'm gonna take this onto this brush and see if I can do that too. Okay, just placing it. Yeah, you can see it. Nice and sparkly. All right, same thing on the other side. I'm gonna dip back in, pull it out, tap my finger on it. I'm just gonna do the same technique, even though I did like the brush more, just to maintain consistency. When you do that, you can really see it, at least my view. Oh, look at that. That is really cool. It's just like this gorgeous iridescent color. Wow, that's stunning. All right, now I'm just gonna put on my mascara. I'm not gonna do lashes. That's not who I am as a person. Sorry. But first, I'm gonna take my Matte L'Oreal gel liner or pencil liner, whatever you wanna call it, and put it on my tight line. I do it every time I do my makeup because it makes my lash line fuller. So even though I'm not wearing any other black eyeliner, I do want it on there so that way I at least have a thicker looking lash line. Now we're gonna curl and do our L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise per usual. So I was just checking the photo to see what her lower lash line mascara looked like. So I was looking at my eyes and I was kind of intrigued at the idea of not putting mascara down there and just letting the purple and yellow kind of shine. And I looked at her photo and she did the same thing, but she put mascara right on the outside edge where her black liner touches or where our green eyeliner touches. So I'm just gonna do that real quick, which is much harder than you think it is. Okay, so that's mascara on one side. Now we switch to the other, same technique. Okay, so I finished my lips off camera since it's just a long process and I normally cut most of it out anyways. So I have the ColourPop Aquarius lip liner on my whole lips, and then I just dotted the Ultra Blotted Lip in Doozy. I think it's Doozy. I'll put the name in the description box. And then I just like barely tapped it on the center, and then I tapped it out with my finger. And this is our finished look. I'm gonna get closer so you can really enjoy it. It's so cool, and then the glitter, oh, it's so exciting. This was such a fun look to do, and I really enjoyed it. So if you liked this video, if you want to see me do more looks with this absolutely stunning e.l.f. x Jkissa palette, which I'm blown away with all the colors I used. I'm blown away with all of these brushes, and I'm blown away with this top coat, and I'm definitely going to use this green on my eyes, probably with all the other greens and yellows at some point, because I have to do it. It's gonna be gorgeous. If you'd like to see more of that, feel free to like the video, comment, let me know what kind of colors you might want to see out of here, because this is a rainbow person's dream. So if you want to just see red, if you want to see monochromatic looks, if you want to see any sort of color combo, let me know. Also, feel free to subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram at CaitlinJolene_makeup, and let me know what you think of this amazing look. Should be up on there too, but thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. And on that note, I'm gonna go. I want to focus because my eyes are just so cool.